This video is about how to rewire your nervous system to regulate yourself and to start understanding the patterns ahead of time. As a 60-year-old, I see myself as rewiring a 60-year-old house, taking out the old wires that are no longer serving me. Where do we get the old wiring? We get it from childhood. Children are tiny and they look at their parents as their source of survival. If they see that their parents are scared, they're going to be scared. And if their safety relies on the parent to feel safe, then they're going to feel safe. So imagine they're walking into a room and they see all the people that they know and love, and everyone is laughing and happy and loving. So that child is going to feel in their nervous system as this is safe. I feel loved. I feel honored. I feel respected. I feel included. I'm safe here. So the next day, that same child goes into the room and the same people are there, the same room, but this time the people are angry and arguing. So that child's nervous system is experiencing unsafe, uncomfortableness, threat. The child will start realizing that safety is not consistent, that people change, and the child doesn't know when it's going to happen. Some children will tend to be hypervigilant. They might walk into a room and scan and see, is everyone happy? If they're happy, then I'm safe. And if they're not happy, that's where the people pleasing comes in. The child will swoop in and try to accommodate the grown up so they are liked and loved and cared for and protected and safe. So it's a survival strategy from a child's mind. And when I worked in early intervention for over 23 years, I also noticed that children tend to interpret things as unsafe when they are safe. A quick example about, a child feeling like they're going to go down the drain when clearly the parent knows that the child will not fit down the drain. So the child's safe, but the child believes that they're going to go down the drain. And it depends on how the parent reacts. And another story about misinterpreting things is the parent that she bought her son a cocoa melon tent, and she could not wait to give it to him and put him in there because that was his favorite TV show. So she comes in. I happened to be there at that time and I witnessed this. She comes in and she shows him the cocoa melon tent. She's so excited. She gets him and she tries to put him in the tent. And meanwhile, he is freaking out. I told mom, I said, let's just sit down and look at the tent from his perspective. Let's see how he's looking at it. And the mom saw right away. She goes, "Yeah, the eyes on the tent look scary. And their heads are big and their eyes are big." And I said, also that when he's watching it on TV, they're animated and they're moving around. So he probably thinks that these characters that are on the tent are going to be moving. And he's afraid. He doesn't know what's going to happen. So he needs time and space to watch from a distance to see if it's going to start moving. So we put the tent aside and eventually he jumped in and he was fine. So there's an example of a misinterpretation. So imagine if that child was forced into that tent and or any kind of situation that was considered safe, but they believe that to be unsafe. The child's going to have a negative memory of that situation and take it with them into adulthood. And they might not even know. It's like, for some reason, I just hate cocoa melon and I don't know why. Or it could be afraid of a fear of tents or claustrophobic or something like that. So we internalize it in our nervous systems, our experiences. When we're children, it comes up under the subconscious and we don't even realize it's happening. And we as adults, we are conscious and we know rationally, I have nothing to be afraid of, but why am I carrying this fear with me? Where is this coming from? And sometimes we may never know what triggered that or what laid that the old wiring down to begin with. We just know that we need to just trust our body's response to that. So in order to rewire our nervous systems, the first thing we need to do is listen to our bodies. So the step one is to notice your body. Our body, our nervous systems are communicating to us in ways through our heart rate, or we can't take a deep breath. Our shoulders are tense. We are hypervigilant. Our minds are doing constant loops to look for a problem so we can solve it before it happens. They're all survival techniques that are built into our nervous system, and you're trying to protect yourself. Sometimes it's like an addiction to have negative thoughts because, in a way, when every time you have a negative thought and you find out that it's not real, in a way, your body takes a sigh of relief that, oh, it didn't happen, so I'm safe. But it's done in an unhealthy way. It's not really helping you. Some of us might have those same hypervigilant thoughts that are supposed to be protecting us, but it's actually making us worse. Understand that no one can save you. Only you can save you. And I know it can be really scary, but it's something that can be done. When I made the decision to rewire myself, I had to face a lot of emotional pain, and it was intense, and it felt a lot like detoxing. And I had to do the opposite of whatever I felt like doing and basically just sit through it. And I literally felt a sensation of feeling like my arms and legs were live wires. And I had to release the old me, or the baby me, or the young me, the childhood Daphne, and allow the new Daphne to come through. So the new Daphne can be her authentic self. Finally, after 60 years of hiding, running, hiding behind someone, trying to fix everybody, worrying about everybody else but myself. And now, finally, after 60 years, it's my turn. Thank your younger self that protected you all those years. And I thank my young Daphne self for being such a badass and for being so creative and wise to protect me all those years, because she was doing all the things that I thought I needed to survive, keeping everyone happy, keeping everyone liking me. So I felt safe. It makes sense now when you look at it from a child's perspective, but we're not children anymore. We're adults, and we don't need those same strategies to protect ourselves. So now that step one is understanding the language that the body is trying to tell us. And step two is self regulation. And it is out there, it's free. The self regulation part is free. And nobody does it. And why is that? Why is that nobody is doing the things they need to do to self regulate? Because it's about putting yourself first. It's about taking the time for yourself. It's about treating your body like a temple, like God would want us to treat our body. It's getting fresh air, it's getting sunshine, it's eating healthy foods, it's staying hydrated, it's meditating, it's journaling, it's praying, it's surrounding yourself with healthy people, with supportive people. It's getting therapy if you need therapy. And it's not a one time thing, it's a daily practice. I would meditate once in a while. Yeah, I'm feeling a little anxious. I think I'll meditate. But I have meditated 150 days in a row now, and I'm not stopping because my life has changed forever. I'm now aware of my body and my nervous system, and I'm doing it to put myself first. And you're allowed to do that. And you will fill your cup, you will charge your batteries, you'll have so much more to give back, so much more than you ever imagined. Step three is the hard part. Step one is recognizing. Step two is regulating. Step three is where the rewiring comes in. It's something that you can't do unless you recognize the triggers, the alarms, and regulate yourself. So that's the the foundational work that's needed for step 3 to happen. Leaning into adult behavior instead of childlike behavior. It's not about winning or losing. In a healthy relationship, you don't want a winner and a loser. You want to compromise. So understand that it's going to take some practice and some time to learn these new patterns, but you get a chance to do it again. You catch yourself earlier this time and saying and recognizing the patterns and saying, okay, how am I going to choose to respond this time? Understanding this isn't going to happen overnight. It takes practice. So, practicing a new response. If your body's still feeling overwhelmed, you're recognizing that you're feeling dysregulated, you're knowing that you need to take a step back to regulate instead of reacting in a way where you just shut down altogether. Now, remember, you're going to stumble and it's okay. And give yourself grace. Be patient with yourself. If this video was valuable to you, please like and share it with someone you feel like might need it right now. Hit the subscribe button and a notification button so you can be notified when my next video is released. This experience has been life-changing for me as I'm rewiring my nervous system. And I hope you have the courage and the belief in yourself to do the same thing for yourself because it's a life changer to rewire your nervous system once and for all and get rid of the old childhood programming and live an authentic life. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye for now.